He had had a fever off and on for about 5 days and was very, very pale, so the pediatrician sent him for some blood work. It was completely overwhelming to get the diagnosis of leukemia. His red blood cells were dangerously low, and if he didn't receive a transfusion right away, he could die. He received 12 red blood transfusions and 6 or 7 platelets.
You just never know who in your world is going to need blood. It could be your son, it could be your daughter, it could be your next door neighbor, your mother, your father, or even yourself.
When I woke up, I was very confused of what had happened, because I remember delivering Bridget and holding her for 5 minutes. So to wake up at a new hospital and have, tubes and things like that in me, it was just hard to wrap my mind around what was happening.
The moment I realized that there was something really wrong is when they brought her back from a surgery to remove her placenta. She was very gray in color. And then in the blink of an eye, there were doctors and nurses rushing in from every direction on that floor. And that was the point when she's like, if we don't remove her uterus in the next half hour, your wife is going to die. And it was like, boom, mushroom cloud. I'm going to be a single dad with 2 kids. I don't know how to do that. For the first 24 hours, the need was constant. As soon as one bag of blood or platelets or plasma was empty, it had to be replaced with another. She was on a constant feed. If it weren't for the blood on the shelves, Erin would have had no chance to survive.
Without organisations like the Knights of Columbus, the Red Cross just simply wouldn't be able to run the blood drives that we run.
The first blood drive was actually done by the Knights of Columbus in 1938, so it goes back a long way. The Knights of Columbus are responsible for 11% of the total accumulated units of blood in the state of New Hampshire.
The blood supply is perishable. It doesn't last forever. It constantly needs to be refreshed. Here in New Hampshire, that's one of the reasons why it's really a focus of the Knights of Columbus moving forward.
Our plan is to increase and actually double the amount of donations in the next 2 years. I've asked my councils to raise the bar here, and I think we can do it.
It is an amazing thing that of why people choose to donate blood or platelets. It is one of the most selfless acts that I can think of. They're here just simply because they want to help.
I started donating because several years ago I had to have a life-saving transfusion, and it really changed my life because it made me more aware of how necessary giving blood is.
It makes me feel wonderful that my donation is potentially saving lives, especially when you think it could be a child's life.
Pierce is doing great now. He's a typical 5-year-old. He loves to run and climb and swing and antagonize his brothers and get into trouble and all those wonderful things that a typical 5-year-old does.
I like to find the blood card and go on the swings and slide.
Every single day, the blood drives that we have actually help to save people's lives. So when a donor comes to a blood center or to a blood drive, they are actually making the difference in the lives of 3 different patients.
I would say to people who are intending on coming out to the blood drives, thank you 100 times over. If it weren't for people like you, my son wouldn't be here.
When we go into blood drives and support the Red Cross, I feel very grateful for all the people that go out and donate and take the time to donate. So it gave my family a chance to be together still.
I'm very thankful that Erin survived her ordeal. I'm thankful that there are organizations like the Red Cross that had a hand in saving her life.
When the Knights of Columbus step up and support American Red Cross and promote the need to donate blood, it just makes such a huge difference. The Knights of Columbus are really people that other people look up to, and if they're doing this, they're having regular drives or becoming regular donors, maybe that's something that I should do too.